Red Sea crisis seemed to have escalated as Iran has now sent a warship through the Bab El-Mandeb strait on January 1 as per reports. This came after the US Navy destroyed 3 boats of Iran-backed Houthi rebels and killed 10 militants while they were trying to hijack a Singaporean vessel. As a result of this, oil prices rose on January 2. Brent jumped 1.6% to $78.27 per barrel. What is the Red Sea crisis? How does it impact global trade? And why are countries pulling out of US's anti-Houthi task force? We understand. Hello and welcome. I'm Pallavi Sharma and you are watching MoneyWise with ET Now. Let's begin. Since last month, Red Sea has been on red alert. From warships to task force, tensions in Red Sea are only escalating. Houthis have been attacking ships in the Red Sea since November and launched more than 100 drones and missile attacks on vessels passing through the vital shipping lane. The rebel group claimed that the attacks were directed to vessels linked to Israel in response to Israel-Gaza tensions. However, they also attempted to attack a Singapore-flagged vessel. In response to that, US Navy destroyed 3 boats of Houthi rebels, killing 10 militants. Houthis have attacked over 13 commercial vessels using drones and missiles and vowed to attack vessels that are from Israel or for Israel, or they think they are for Israel. In the late 90s, the Houthi family in far north Yemen set up a religious revival movement for Zaydi sect of Shiite Islam. It had once ruled Yemen. As friction with the government had grown, they fought a series of wars with the National Army and brief border conflict with Saudi Arabia. The war in Yemen began in 2014 when capital city Sana'a was seized by the Houthis. Now, Saudi Arabia also intervened in the war. However, Houthis established control over most of north and other big population centers while the government based itself in Aden. Red Sea has the Suez Canal at the northern end and the narrow Bab El-Mandeb Strait on the southern end. It is a very busy waterway that brings goods between Asia and Europe. 40% of Asia-Europe trade normally goes through the area, including huge energy supplies like oil and diesel. Even food products like palm oil and grain is bought over these container ships. More than 30% of global container traffic head through Suez Canal. The passage accounts for 12% of global trade, 9% of oil demand, 6% of LNG imports. Huge shipping container companies have also now avoided Red Sea and sending their ship through Africa and Cape of Good Hope. This adds to the travel time and ships burn more fuel, adding to the shipping cost apart from the delay in imports and exports of goods. In 2021, container ship Ever Given was stuck in the Suez Canal for just 6 days and it led to a global supply chain crisis. An India-flagged crude oil tanker was also attacked by a drone fired by Houthis. As per reports, Suez Canal is used by India for maritime trade worth around $200 billion, and this was in 2021. The quantum of trade is expected to have gone up post-pandemic. India's exports through Suez Canal include food products, apparel and electronics among others to Europe, which is also India's second largest export destinations, and it imports crude through this route. Now, the Red Sea crisis will disrupt crude shipments from Russia. India has also deployed warships to Red Sea amid the ongoing tensions. In December, the US had announced a 10-nation task force to counter Houthi attacks. However, 2 of America's European allies who were listed to Operation Prosperity Guardian, Italy and Spain, appeared to distance itself from the maritime force. The Pentagon said that the force is a defensive coalition of more than 20 nations to ensure that ships sail freely through the sea. However, a dozen of those countries have not acknowledged their contributions. Saudi Arabia and UAE have not shown any interest. India is also not likely to join the US's operation as per reports. Many Red Sea nations have not shown interest to join the task force. However, many nations have decided to deploy warships to save vessels from an attack and act on their own. This could be because of Biden's constant support to Israel amid the Israel-Hamas tensions. Iran has also rejected US and British calls to end support for attacks by Houthis on vessels in the Red Sea. Iran's security chief has praised quote-unquote brave actions of Houthis who targeted Israeli-linked vessels in the shipping lane. If these tensions escalate even further, the global economy that seems to have been recovering from an inflation caused by two wars have to bear the cost of high oil prices and disrupted supply chain. For more such news and views, keep watching ET Now.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.